Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to Andrea's Kitchen. On the menu today, we're going to have some lamb, lamb shank. Lamb shank. So right now, I'm going to cut up my seasoning. I'm cutting up my onions. I'm going to cut up my onions and my peppers and tomato to go with my meat. So I'm cutting up my onions. I'm going to get the pepper. Now let's just put these over here. We're going to keep them big. So we're just going to cut them up, separate them. And we have a tomato. I'm just going to cut them down. Cut the tomato up. Oh, the onion should have waited till the end, eh? Anyway, let's keep cutting up our tomatoes. Let's get them in smaller pieces. I'm not trying to dice them, but we're going to just get them in smaller portion. Okay, we're going to add it into that also. Next, we're going to get a pepper. We're going to get a pepper to add to our mixture. Okay, I'm going to cut up some peppers, some red peppers. I don't know about you. I buy a lot of peppers. Sometimes I keep them in the freezer. So I just going to cut up some peppers. So it's been in the freezer. So it's a little bit frozen. I give it a quick rinse. But we're going to cut the peppers down. I'm going to put them over in that bowl. Let's cut another one. Cut up the next pepper. So we have onion, tomato, pepper. We have red pepper today. We're working with red pepper. I have some scallion. I have 2 scallion here. So let's cut them down also. Chop up our scallion. Keep chopping up the scallion. We use the bottom end of the scallion plus the top end. Cut them down to whatever size you like them. And then we're gonna be right back. So I have 2 packets of lamb shank. I never tried it before. Lamb shank. So I'm gonna have it in some water with some vinegar. I'm going to cut off some of the fat. I think the lamb shank is the tough part of the cow leg, I think. That's what it said when I just looked it up. Lamb shank. Hopefully it comes out good. So I'm going to wash up my lamb shank. They say you have to cook it slow. 4 hours. But hey. So I bought some zucchini the other day. Maybe I'll cut these up and put them in there also. I have 3 zucchini. I'll cut them up at the end. So I'm going to wash up my meat. And then I'll be back. Wash it up, season it up. And I'll be back when it's time in a minute. I'll be back in a minute. I'm going to do a second wash of the lamb. This time I'm going to add some lemon juice to it because this lamb is very greasy. So let's soak it in some lemon juice for a few minutes. Trying to cut some debris. Look at this. This is like leg of the cow. The upper leg, I think, the cow, lamb shank. This part look like the heel part, the bottom half of it, like the foot part. This is hard to cook, but hey, first time's a charm, isn't it? We're going to try cook this today. So let's give it the next rinse and we'll be back in Andrea's kitchen. Okay, I give my meat the last rinse and pat it dry. Now I'm going to add some Worcestershire sauce. We're going to season the meat. Worcestershire sauce. We have some whole oregano. Give it enough oregano. Now I have some basil leaves. Basil leaves. Okay, now we have some rosemary. Rosemary leaves. We have some adobo. Season both sides all around. Season all around. Give it a generous seasoning. You don't have to add any salt while you're using this adobo. I'm going to add some extra stuff to it, but I'm going to add it like while it's cooking. So that I'm going to add my red pepper flakes and all that stuff, and garlic, but I'm not going to add them yet because I'm going to try brown the meat first. So I'm going to let this stay for about 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Then I'm going to get it in the pot to sear it. See you back in Andrea's kitchen. So while we wait on the meat to be seasoned up, we're going to cut up our zucchini. I washed the zucchini and we're going to cut them up in small pieces. I have 3 zucchini. I'm going to cut them up and they will also go into my meat when it's ready to be cooked up. So let's chop the zucchini out. We're going to throw this piece out. We could cut them in 2. So chop them up. Dice them in 2. Dice each piece in 2. So do a stack so you could get them going faster. Some of them we're going to leave like that. Let's move on to the second one. Ladies, you like this? Some ladies will go crazy for that. You don't have a friend. So this is my second zucchini being cut up. Let's chop them down. This one is a little thicker. Let's chop you guys down. Nice yellow zucchini. I brought the other day. I went to pick up my medicine at the clinic. Okay, in Norwalk, and they had a farmer's market. I bought them at the farmer's market. So we get rid of the bottom piece. We don't need the bottom piece or the top piece. So let's chop them up. Okay. I'm gonna keep cutting this down. Then we'll be back to put the meat in the pot here in Andrea's kitchen. Okay, we have our pot nice and hot, so we're gonna add our first meat in. You want to get each side done, so I'm going to bring it on this side first. Let's add the second one in. Each side got to get brown, so I'm going to do it on that side. Then I'm going to turn it. Let's try to keep it upright. I have some canola oil in the pot. Okay, let's check it. Let's flip it. I'm gonna keep stirring it up. I want to get one side stirred up properly. Let's turn the stove up a little bit more. Three or 4 minutes on each side. I'll be back. Okay, I'm going to turn it. Let's see if we got some brown on that side. Yeah, got a little brown. Yeah, we got some brown on that side. You see that? My two lamb shanks. This takes a long time to cook now. I never cooked it before, so I'm just trying a new thing here. At the back, I have my lamb, all brown on each side, Now I'm going to add some these nice and toasty each side. And it's lamb, but I have some beef broth. I don't want it to go to waste, so I'm going to add it to the pot. Just to get the crumbs on the bottom of the pot. And I'm going to add some water to the pot so this could start cooking. Add a kettle of water and let's get this cooking. I'm back to add some flavor to the pot. I'm going to add some garlic. 2 spoons of garlic. Chopped garlic. I'm going to add some red pepper flakes to get some kick in there. I'm also going to add my vegetables. See, it's boiling for a few minutes and the meat separated, the meat went down, see? I'm going to add my onions and pepper and tomato to the mixture. We need some flavor, some spices going on in the pot. You know what I'm saying? We need some spice up in the pot. It's on low and slow, low and slow. Let's see what else we could add here. Let's add some black pepper. Low and slow. Some medium. So now we have a nice color up in here with the onions and pepper, tomato, and scallion with our 2 shank, lamb shank. This is cook it low, but let me turn it up a little bit. This is low business. Low and slow. Alright, I'll be back. I'm gonna add my 3 zucchini to the pot. So about that, but I'm gonna add it to my pot. Give a quick wipe and stir. Add my zucchini to the pot. A quick stir. Give it a cover back. And I'll be back. We're checking up on our pot. Let's check for flavor. I just add a little browning because I wasn't loving the color. So I add a little browning. Oh, a lot of grease popping off of this. Let's add a little black pepper. I add some adobo already before. This thing is supposed to cook low and slow for like 4 hours. 4 hours almost. Yeah. Let's check the tenderness of the meat. Meat is tender. I'm going to add some potato to my pot. I have a whole bunch of potato. Excuse me. Oh, a black pepper. I'm going to add my potatoes to the pot and let them cook down. The meat is soft. And I'll be back in Andrea's kitchen. Let's do a little clean up real quick. Let it clean up. And I'll be back in Andrea's kitchen. I took everything out of the pot and now I'm gonna simmer this down. I'm trying to get some gravy, but simmering the gravy down a little bit. It's kind of a little bit too much. So here you go, my gravy has boiled down. I have my gravy up in the bowl here now with the shank steak I'm gonna cut a piece of the shank steak and serve up some of the meal. I'll be right back and here you go. I have a serving of my flank lamb shank with my yellow rice, potatoes, green beans, and zucchini. See you again in Andrea's kitchen. Like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you for watching. Hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I post a new video. See you again. Peace out. Follow me on all my other